time to talk about your car.
That's right. We're helping you get winterized this morning. Fox 20's Britt Conway is live with a pro in Elkhart. And Britt, you're going to have to help me out because I never know what's going on with my car when it comes to this time of year.
Neither do I. I came in and I looked at Dale, who's their service professional here this morning, and I said, Dale, I don't know a lot about cars, so you're going to have to point out what we're looking at and tell me exactly how I need to take care of my car this winter. So we're starting under the hood, and when you start here, what's the first thing you want to look for?
When you bring your cars in to winterize them, we need to check the antifreeze, make sure the level is good enough for below zero because of our severe temperatures. Check the batteries, the belts, the hoses, just a general inspection under the hood, and we have testing equipment to test both the battery, the antifreeze, and all fluid conditions.
So now we're actually looking at a newer model car, and it looks a little bit different than a lot of older model cars do under the hood.
Yes, they've changed the design of cars where everything was readily available for you anymore. Nowadays, they have remote batteries hidden and jump places, such as right in this terminals right here. That is where you would jump a vehicle if it was cold and wouldn't start, whereas the battery is probably in the trunk of the vehicle. The antifreeze, the belts, and everything, as you can see with all these covers on an engine nowadays, they're very hard to locate. That's what our professionals do when we inspect your vehicle.
So we depend on you guys then. So for people who have an older model car, what are they looking for? You know, because they would be able to actually see everything.
The battery to make sure they're nice and clean terminals. They build up the little green and white corrosions on them occasionally. If you see that, we already know we have a problem. They need to be cleaned, maintained, possibly replaced, which we would do with a testing equipment.
And then we can see a little bit of the belt right in here. What do you need to look for with your belts?
On the belts, they will show little cracks in them, or the edges get a little tiny frays to them. Generally speaking, within a couple of years, they start changing the look of them. They get shiny or dry and cracked.
Okay, and then you said also check the coolant. Where typically is that on the engine?
All the radiators on cars are still in the very front area, but you don't use radiators for testing. They all have an overflow or a coolant reservoir. This one is in the far back corner there. You would just take the cap off, and that is where the antifreeze is inside there where we test it.
Okay.
But there are no access to radiator caps anymore.
Okay. So I guess you would be in luck if you have an older model car and you want to go out there and, you know, see if you can do everything yourself. But if you have a newer model car, it might always be a good idea to take it into your service professional. When we come back, we'll talk about tires and things you should have in your car in case you get stuck.
Hey, Brett, I just want to let you know you're standing in front of a Cadillac CTS-V with a 556 supercharged V8. 0 to 63.9 seconds.
I know, it's pretty cool. I knew it.
It is. Let's take a